Hey there everyone, welcome. I'm MisterBo and I want to do one last video before we head into the madness that is next week with E3 and the Summer Game Fest, talking about are we gonna see anything Crash? Now I've already done a video talking about how we're not gonna be seeing anything at E3 because Activision aren't a part of E3. But we have the Summer Game Fest kickoff event, which is a 2-hour event on Thursday, June 10th. And we know with Activision's past that they like to reveal things with Jeff Keighley. However, along with that, we also have the Netflix Geeked Week event, and we've been seeing some teasers and some hints from the voice actors for Crash and Cortex that might suggest we could be seeing something there. And then on top of that, Crash Bandicoot over on Twitter has been tweeting out his 25 before 25, in which he's doing 25 things before he reaches his 25th anniversary. His 25th anniversary is on September 9th, but he's been posting pretty much every day since the beginning of June, which could be leading to something. So let's start off with the Summer Game Fest kickoff event. As I said, it's on June 10th. It is 2 hours, and we know Activision as well as Blizzard are going to be participating, showing something off. Now, because Activision and Blizzard are listed separately, it isn't going to be like Activision showing off something for World of Warcraft or Diablo 2 or Diablo 4 or even Overwatch 2. It's going to be something Activision related, which narrows it down to Call of Duty, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon, or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Unless Activision wants to pull the rug from under our feet and go, hey, we've been secretly working on Sekiro 2, which I don't think is ever going to happen. Now, unfortunately, the thing I think is most likely for Activision to show here is Call of Duty. Now, I don't mean Call of Duty 2021 because they've already gone on the record to say we're going to be announcing it later on in the year, and we're going to be doing it the same way we did Cold War, and that is through Warzone. That got a lot of people playing Warzone, it got a lot of buzz, it makes sense to do that again, and we'll probably be expecting that maybe end of July, August. Now I think it's going to be Call of Duty Black Ops Cold Wars next season because, well, the current season ends the exact same week. I think we could be seeing something like a season trailer or even a zombies reveal. The next map is rumored to be Kino de Toten, which was from Black Ops 1, a fan favorite, and I could see them doing something like they did back in the past, where they throw in a music video to show off this brand new map. I think that is probably the most likely thing we're going to be seeing here. But obviously, I would prefer it to be Crash Bandicoot Wumpa League. I'm sitting at a 50% chance for Crash Bandicoot at this point. I think it is very likely that we're going to be seeing Crash some point next week, whether that is during this kickoff event or during the Netflix event, which we'll get to in just a minute. I definitely think we're going to be seeing Crash pop up. I don't think we're going to be seeing Crash in Smash. I'll just say that now. Now, it's also highly possible we're going to be seeing something brand new from Tony Hawk because the drummer from CKY, which is a band that actually had a song in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, went on a podcast and said, hey, we've got a new song in that new Tony Hawk game, and well, there is no new Tony Hawk game that we know of coming out soon. So we could be looking at a 3 DLC for 1 and 2, or we could be looking at a remaster of 3 and maybe 4, probably developed by Beanox. Now when it comes to Spyro, I don't want to get anyone's dreams dashed here, but I personally don't see Activision doing much with Spyro in the next year or so. We haven't seen a standalone Spyro game since the Reignited trilogy, and it's pretty clear the way that they're using Spyro that they probably aren't planning to do anything soon-ish, I'd assume. They're kind of doing this Sam Fisher approach here, which Ubisoft does, and that is, we're not going to make a brand new Spyro game, but we'll put Spyro in anywhere he can fit. Obviously, he was in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. He's being put into the brand new season of Crash on the Run. I would guess if we do get Crash Bandicoot Wumpa League, there's a high chance that Spyro could be a playable character in that game. Now, I'd love to be wrong, but I think Spyro is probably the least likely thing to show up from Activision. I can already see it. We fast forward a week to the announcement of Spyro 4 and people are clipping this saying, ha, you're wrong. And I would love to be wrong, but I just think out of the 4 options we have here, Spyro is sitting at the bottom of my list. Crash and Call of Duty are kind of sitting evenly, then Tony Hawk just simply based on that rumor from the drummer of CKY. Now, the other place I said keep an eye out for Crash Bandicoot is during the Netflix Geeked Week. Now, this takes place on June 11th, and Netflix are going to be showing off some of the shows they've already announced, like the Cuphead show, Castlevania. I think they're going to be talking about the Assassin's Creed show they've announced. And over on Instagram, the voice actor for Crash in Crash 4, Scott White, and Cortex, Lex Lang, have been trolling fans, putting up these teasers, hinting that they are working on something Crash Bandicoot related, but anytime they're about to reveal what it is, they get cut off in some comedic way. However, they did put up a post the other day, and someone noticed in the background there was a poster for a film called Over the Moon, which was a Netflix film that came out in 2020, and people from that guess, well, if there's a Netflix movie poster on the wall, maybe they're at some sort of Netflix studio. In fact, on one of Lex Lang's posts, he put a load of tags. Some of them said video games, not Netflix, and then if you continued on, it went Smash Bros, not Twinsanity, not. So if we read the bottom ones of Smash not and Twinsanity not, and we use that same logic above, video games not Netflix, we could be seeing a revival of that cartoon that was cancelled at the beginning of the year, or we could be seeing some brand new Crash animation. Or they're using the fan base of Crash to hype up some other project they're working on, but I personally don't see that happening. So I'd keep an eye on that Netflix event if nothing appears at the Summer Game Fest. Now the final thing is Crash over on Twitter. Now on June 1st, he posted Crash 25 before 25. Crash needs to get some things done before his 25th anniversary, and we got these two images with his bucket list, and then we got his memories and collectibles. Now some people went digging around this image to try and find some clues, and they found this activities list where something is scribbled out, and it definitely says Wumpa something, but it's not Wumpa League. The second word is too short. It probably is like Wumpa recipe or Wumpa fruit, going back to the previous page where one of his things is to make new Wumpa recipe. Now he has scratched off a few things on this list already. It looks to be about 5 things, and his next things are to travel to Europe, learn quantum physics, and then make that new Wumpa recipe, so on and so forth. So the day after, he then posted this saying he was getting help from Javi and Diana, and then the following day, yesterday, he put those muscles are as hard as stone, shine on and get pumped. He's at Stonehenge, possibly meaning he's traveled to Europe. Now we might be getting something again today, and then the next day, and then the next day, and if we take into consideration the 5 things he's already crossed off his list, we could be seeing something around June 20th. I had originally thought maybe June 25th, but Canadian guy A was like, why do you think June 25th? And at that point I was like, oh wait, there's things already crossed off of his list, maybe not then. But as he pointed out, it's Activision, and Activision doesn't play by the rules, they'll do whatever they want. So if we don't get anything next week at the Summer Game Fest or at the Netflix event, and Crash continues to post his Crash 25 before 25 on Twitter, that could be leading up to something. It all seems very sports based at the moment, maybe hinting at Wumpa League. I know a lot of people really do want this to be Smash, but I just don't see it happening. Again, I would love to be wrong. I'm a bit more skeptical. I don't want to get super hyped up to then be let down. I'd rather be like, nah, that ain't happening, and then it does happen, and I'm like, whoa, that's awesome to see. Of course, I'm going to be live reacting to pretty much every single event next week. There are a ton of events. We have the Kickoff Live event, we have the Netflix thing, we got the Coke Media event, we got the Xbox Bethesda showcase, we got Gearbox, we got Ubisoft, we got Nintendo, and that's just to name a few. So hopefully I will see some of you guys there during those live reactions. It should be a ton of fun. Last year we did them and it was awesome. Some of the reveals were super surprising. So hopefully we get the same amount of coolness this year. With that said though, I'd love to know what you think. What do you think Activision are going to be showing next week? Do you think it's just simply going to be Call of Duty's next season or maybe their next Zombies map? Because they do like to make a big deal about upcoming zombie maps, especially if it's a fan favorite remaster that might be introducing the character of Edward Richtofen back into the game. Or do you think it is indeed Crash Wumpa League, maybe a Tony Hawk's Pro Skater DLC, or do you think Spyro is going to finally get a brand new game? Or do you think this is a Netflix show or perhaps nothing at all? Let me know in the comments below, I'd love to hear your opinions. If you did enjoy this video, then click that like button. If you're not already, subscribe for more gaming content and coverage. Unless anything drastic happens, like we get a rumor or a major leak or something officially announced, I probably won't be covering this again until we have the Summer Game Fest, and then we'll talk about whatever is revealed there, if we get anything. Apart from all that though, thank you very much for hanging out and watching. I do super appreciate it. I hope to catch you in some future content and especially next week for those live streams. But as always, until then, make sure you take care. Bye bye.